And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Right now, we are having a very special moment for any junior high, high school athlete. It is 8th grade night. This will be the last home game for the Cyclones, and we're going to celebrate the hard work and dedication that the 8th graders have provided here to the volleyball team throughout their junior high career, as it is now time to get ready to move on to high school.
We'd like to take a moment to recognize our 8th grade student athletes for their accomplishments both on and off the court. And I'd just like to first say that I am just so thankful that we get to have an 8th grade night and have some sort of season. So we are very grateful for the opportunity these girls have had this year and the opportunity to close out their middle school year being able to play volleyball. So we'll start with Macy Powell. She is the daughter of Brett and Michelle Powell. Lindsay Dunn, daughter of Gary and Jessica Dunn. Belle Petty, daughter of James and Heather Petty. Callie Wright, daughter of John Wright and Marcy Gilbert. Natalie Moore, daughter of Clint Moore and Tammy DeCounter. And Paige Kitch, daughter of Fred and Tiffany Kitch.
All right, and there are our 8th graders. I would like to give a big shout out and thanks to all that they've done for the volleyball program here at the junior high level, and wish them luck as they move on to the high school level next season. Once again, like to thank you for joining us for this 8th grade night celebration here. We will be right back as soon as the teams are done warming up for the coverage of the 8th grade game, as they look to duke it out one more time between the Cyclones and the Trojans. If you're just tuning in to the 8th grade game and didn't watch the 7th grade game, West Prairie won in 2 sets to 1. They lost the first one 25-20, won the second one 25-13, and won the third one 25-9. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH on YouTube, and we'll be right back after warm-ups to cover the 8th grade game. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Ethan Hunt. I'm going to be your commentator and camera guy for tonight for this 8th grade matchup. If you missed the 7th grade game, a quick recap. West Prairie took the W with 2 sets to 1 against the Trojans. They lost the first set 25-20. They won the second one 25-13, and they won the third one 25-9. So a nice job there by the 7th grade team during their match. Let's see if the 8th graders on their 8th grade night have the same kind of luck. Here's we're about 1 minute away from the start. We would like to run a commercial from one of our sponsors, MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Okay, that was a word from our sponsor, MDH, and we're about 30 seconds away here from game time between the 8th grade teams of the West Prairie Cyclones and Monmouth ICS Trojans. Your 8th graders for West Prairie include Macy Powell, Lindsay Dunn, Belle Petty, Callie Wright, Natalie Moore, Paige Kitch. All those ladies were honored during the 8th grade night celebrations earlier tonight. And for the Trojans, Katie Flynn, Rosie Flynn, Gracie Cargill, Emmerich Houston, Addison Gillen, Lucy Parkins, Addie Schisler, Candace Schisler, and Guadalupe Vasquez. Should be a good game here between the Cyclones and the Trojans, as the Trojans are taking the court for the first time tonight. West Prairie here, soon to follow. As per courtesy, the away team of Monmouth is going to be serving first, and up to serve first for the Trojans is 34 Addie Schisler. Here comes the first serve from Schisler. Kitch, Petty to Moore. Nice little hit there. And that looks like Emmerich Houston's going to be in the net for the first point. That is awarded to the Cyclones. Here's Belle Petty at the service line. Houston tries to tip that one over, but it lands out of bounds on the West Prairie side. West Prairie now leads 2-0. Petty continues to serve. Here's Houston to the middle, 35. That's Gillen. Here's Powell trying to push that one over the net. Not quite got enough juice on it, though. It's going to go into the net, and the Trojans are going to score for the first time in this game. Now coming in is 16, Gracie Cargill for the Trojans. And serving was 35, Addison Gillen. Nice little hit there by Dunn. Here's Petty over the net. Houston. And a nice hard hit from Katie Flynn. But it's going to be a bit too hard as it flies out the back of the West Prairie side there. West Prairie leads 3-1. Here's catch. Returned by Flynn. Here's the set from Houston. Hit by Flynn. Nice dig there from Callie Wright. Trojans are going to score there. And here comes a serve from Houston. Dunn to Petty. Petty's going to get just over the... couldn't quite catch what that call was exactly. Trojans are going to score here. Here's another serve from Houston. That serve bounces off the hands of Callie Wright, and Monmouth is going to take the lead now, 4-3. Here's Dunn. Petty. Back to Dunn. The set from Houston to Flynn. Nice hard hit and a great dig from Kitch. Trojans scoring once again. Score is now 3-5. And Kitch diving on the floor, not able to get to that one in time. Drew Snyder going to call timeout to talk to his team about this one so far here. West Prairie trails by 3. Score is 3-6. We'd like to thank you for joining in on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and also Tri-County Seeds. Tri-County Seeds, your local Golden Harvest seed advisor located in Scioto. Rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd, 309-333-3437 for all your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. That is Tri-County Seeds in Scioto. Back to the action here. Houston for the Trojans continues to serve. And nice hard serve to the back row. Callie Wright not able to get down and get that one. Another serve from Houston. Back row. Wright once again. Bad pass. That one hit her right in the clavicle. She wasn't able to return that. West Prairie now trail by 5. It's 3-8. This time Kitch with the return to Powell. Scrambling on the floor is Emmerich Houston. She goes under the net, though. And West Prairie's going to score on that one. Score is 4-8. Here's a serve from Houston. Nice hard hit there from 16. That's Gracie Cargill. But unfortunately, doesn't quite clear the net. And West Prairie going to score once again. Score is 5-9. Nice serve from Natalie Moore. And diving on the floor to return that one was Candace Schisler. She is unable to get there in time. West Prairie going to score again, cutting the deficit to 2. That serve from Natalie Moore not going to make it over the net. And the Cyclones are going to have to play some defense here against these serves from Katie Flynn. Katie Flynn right off the hands of Macy Powell. It's going to be an ace. 6-10 here. West Prairie trail by 4. Same serve, same exact spot. And it hit the line. Another point for the Trojans. West Prairie trail 11-6 here. Another serve from Houston. That one a bit too hard. Flies out the back of the West Prairie side. And West Prairie now trails by 4. Here's Macy Powell with the serve. Nice hard serve to the back row. Here's Houston with the set. And that hit going to be out from Addie Schisler. Bit too hard. West Prairie now trail by 3. Score is 8-11. Powell continuing from the service line here. Schisler to Flynn to Houston. Here's Powell, Petty, and Dunn. Another set from Houston. And Schisler not able to get that one over the net. This is Addie Schisler. West Prairie down only 2 now as Macy Powell finds a hole in the Trojans defense for an ace. Score is now 10-11. West Prairie only trails by 1. Here's Powell with the serve. Back row to Flynn. Houston. Schisler not able to get that one over. And the Trojans coach is going to call a timeout to talk to her team about this one now, as the score is tied up at 11 here in Scioto. First game of the 8th grade match. We'd like to remind you that we are sponsored by M&B Furniture. Bushnell's only furniture store will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need to furnish your home or replenish an old one, stop and see them at 481 West Main Street. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web, or at www.mandbfurnitureinc.com. M&B Furniture in Bushnell. Here's Macy Powell with the serve. Tie game here in Scioto so far. Here's Houston. Tried to get sneaky with it. Bell Petty also trying to get sneaky with it. Callie Wright, though, almost with the block. Doesn't quite get it, though. And score is 11-12. West Prairie trailing once again. Here is 16. Gracie Cargill serving for the Trojans. That one going to be out. Ties the score up here at 12 once again. Here's Dunn. Getting ready to serve for the Cyclones. Houston to Schisler. That one too hard, flies out of the back of the West Prairie side. West Prairie now takes the lead in this one here, 13-12. Here's Petty once again. That serve going to be short, goes into the net. Not a lot of missed serves here so far in this game. It's been a pretty good job from both teams from the service line. So that one, a rare sight. Here's Candace Schisler now serving, and that one's going to be out. Speaking of missed serves, we got 2 in a row right there. West Prairie up 14-3 now. Here's Wright. And Wright hits that one right in the middle of the Trojans defense. Wright continuing from the service line here. That one out, and looks like Flynn touched it. Though, West Prairie going to score again. They take a 3-point lead now here in the first game. She gave him the curveball there and served that one in a different spot. That was more of a change-up, actually. West Prairie now lead by 4, 17-13. Callie Wright here, continuing to serve. Flynn to Houston that was Gillen. Nobody from the West Prairie side able to get to that one in time. Trojans side out here, 14-17. Now serving is Schisler. This is Addie Schisler. That one saved by Petty and back over the net by Moore. Nice hard hit from Flynn, but saved almost by Belle Petty and Macy Powell. Katie Flynn doing a nice job hitting here in this match so far. West Prairie lead dwindling down to only 2 points. Score is 17-15. Here's Schisler once again. Kitch to Moore. Saves that one. Nice little tip there. And a tip right back by Petty. She says, I can dish it out too. And now she's going to serve. Here's Flynn with another hit. Callie Wright saved by Dunn. Third hit from Powell there. Schisler, Houston saving. Coach Schneider thought that one was out. It was in. Saying, if you lose, that one's on me. After he called that one out, it was actually in. West Prairie now 18-16 have the lead. Dunn diving on the floor. And Powell hits that one into the net, bounces just a bit over, and lands outside. 17-18. West Prairie still up by 1. But Gillen is going to try and do something about that. Here's Petty to Moore. Nice hit to the back row of the Trojans. Set by Houston, hit by Flynn. A nice dig by Callie Wright there. And Natalie Moore with the turnaround jumper. Another hit by Flynn. Once again, this time the dig from Wright. Not able to find one of her teammates. And they tie the score up here at 18. Here's Gillen. Kitch to Petty to Dunn. Nice hit there. Here's set by Houston. Tries to tip it over and get fancy, but doesn't quite get it over the net. West Prairie take the lead 19-18 here now in the first game of the 8th grade match. A close one here in Scioto. It's Kitch with the serve. Here's Flynn. Flynn not able to return that one. Thought she could get a hit off. Then by the time that she realized she had to do something else, she couldn't change it in time. Here's Kitch continuing with the serve. And Flynn, hard hit there with that one. Petty tipped it over. And Houston able to find an open hole in the West Prairie defense. West Prairie leads 2019 here, as Coach Snyder calls timeout to talk to his team about what just transpired there. We'd like to remind you that we are sponsored by MDH, McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers, and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. You can learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Score is 20-19 here. West Prairie with the lead. Need 5 to win, but the serve belongs to the Trojans. In fact, that's Emmerich Houston serving for the Trojans here. Nice little return there from Callie Wright. Kitch, a nice hard hit to the middle of the Trojans' defense. Play at the net from Dunn. Saved, though, by the Trojans. Here's Petty back to Dunn. Finding that lone defender in the back row for the Trojans. That one going to be hit way too hard and sails out of bounds. West Prairie now takes the lead by 2. 21-19, and Natalie Moore will serve for the Cyclones here. Here's Flynn. Tip. Petty sets behind her back to Powell. Finds a lone defender in the back row once again. Natalie Moore able to catch that tip there. That looked like it could have been in, and it was. A nice hard hit to the very back row by Lindsey Dunn. That one just barely stays in bounds as it landed, I think, on the line. A nice serve by Natalie Moore there puts West Prairie at 23, and Monmouth now going to call a timeout and talk to their players about what's going on and what they need to do to win this game. You're watching TSSR Live, presented by MDH and also Heil Enterprises. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. That's Heil Trucking Enterprises in Bushnell. Here's Natalie Moore looking to put 2 more points away for the Cyclones and take this first game of the 8th grade match home. Powell, a nice little save there. Here's Wright. Katie Flynn, another nice hard hit there. Lindsay Dunn, same thing, back to the back row. A good attempt by Addison Gillen to dig that one there, but she's not able to get it in time. West Prairie with 24 now, need 1 to win. Monmouth with 19. Here's Flynn over the net. Kitch to Petty to Wright. Wright, a short little hit there, trying to catch the Trojans off guard. Here's Petty to Dunn once again, but Schisler's there this time to recover that one. Macy to Petty, back to Macy, far back left of the court. And that's going to be the 25th point of this game. A close one here, back and forth by both sides between the Cyclones and the Trojans for game 1 of the 8th grade match here tonight. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Okay, welcome back here to Game 2 of the 8th grade match between the Cyclones of West Prairie and the Trojans of Monmouth ICS. West Prairie took the first match, a close one, back and forth pretty much the whole time up until the end, when West Prairie won 25-19. Getting some things finalized here in terms of the lineup. Cyclones going to start with the serve here in this one, since the Trojans started with the serve in the last one. Here's Belle Petty over the net to Gillen, Houston, and Flynn. A hole in the West Prairie defense, and a double hit called on West Prairie. Looks like she hit it with her fist and then her forearm there, kind of rolled up her arm there. First point for the Trojans. Nice serve. That was Powell to Petty to Moore. Here's Houston, and now Gillen, back row. Dunn. Petty, back to Dunn. Blocked, though, at the net, looked like, or maybe it hit the net. And Monmouth going to take a 2-0 lead here in the second 8th grade match. Here's Dunn, to Petty, to Moore. Here's Houston to Flynn. Back row, Callie Wright looking to save it. Can't get there in time. West Prairie down 3-0 now, as the Trojans' Schisler gets back to serve. Here's Kitch to Powell. Powell not able to get that third hit back over the net, and looks like Snyder's gonna, I thought he might have called a timeout there, but he is going to just talk to his team from the sideline. Here's Petty, back to Moore. Over the net, nice job there. Emmerich Houston trying to get a little off-speed thing going there, but the tip was a little bit too hard, landed out of bounds, and now here's Kitch for serve from the West Prairie Cyclones. Nice little play on the net there by Natalie Moore, cutting the Cyclones' deficit to now only 2 points. West Prairie is behind 2-4. Kitch with the serve once again, front row. Emmerich Houston to Bell Petty. Little miscommunication there, seems, between Petty and Wright on whose responsibility that was. And the Trojans are going to score once again. In the game now is Gracie Cargill for, that was 20, Lucy Parkins. Here's Powell to Petty to Dunn. That one slips off the fingers of Dunn. Not able to make solid contact with that one, and doesn't quite clear the net. Here, back to serve for the Trojans, Addison Gillen. Trojans now lead 6-2. Nice hard hit there from Lindsey Dunn. Here's Gillen to Houston, back over the net. Kitch. Petty, Moore. Nice hard hit to the back row. Schisler trying to stick her hand out to save that one last minute. Not going to be able to. The Cyclones now trail 3-6. Natalie Moore serving for the Cyclones. Schisler, Houston to Flynn. Flynn, and hard hit to the back row. Nobody from West Prairie was in the vicinity of that one. West Prairie trails 3-7 now. And Houston serving for the Trojans. And Drew Snyder's going to call a timeout and talk to his team about that one. We'll be right back.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Coming out of this timeout, West Prairie trails 3-8. Down only 5. But it's felt like the Trojans have been in control of this entire match so far. Great performances so far from the Trojans, especially from Emmerich Houston. That's 0. And Katie Flynn, 3. Kitch there, not able to return that one, as the Trojans rack up another point. 3-9 now. Here's Kitch once again. Unable to get underneath that one and return it once again. West Prairie trails now by 7. That one was out. Looked like just barely, though. West Prairie now down 4-10. Here's Katie Flynn trying to get that third hit over the net. Not able to in time. West Prairie now trails by 5. Here's Macy Powell with the serve. And Macy Powell in the corner of your screen there, unable to get underneath that one. 5-11 now. West Prairie trails by 6, and back to serve is 3, Katie Flynn. Hard serve to Kitch, bounces off her forearms there. She's not able to return that one. West Prairie trail by 7. Lindsay Dunn there, nice little tip and over the net by Callie Wright. Here's Kitch to Petty to Dunn. Dunn, that one bounces off the net. And here is 16, Cargill. All the West Prairie players there thought that one was going to be out, but managed to stay in. Here comes Taylor Phelps in for Kitch. Katie Flynn continuing to serve for the Trojans. Hard serve to Phelps in the middle. And miscommunication there on the part of Phelps. And Kitch is going to return in the game for her. Katie Flynn continuing to serve here for the Trojans. Several points in a row here for them. Here's Dunn to Petty, back to Dunn. Nice hard hit. Finds a gap in between two defenders on the Trojan side. They're not able to get to it, and the West Prairie is going to side out here. 6-14. Trojans. That was a back row attack against, that was a back row attack called against the Trojans, and West Prairie is going to score once again, 7-14 here now. Kitch. That one going to be out of bounds. West Prairie now down 8-14. Let's see if they can come back here. Dunn at the service line. And Cargill not able to get underneath that one. West Prairie coming back 9-14 here. Now they only trail by 5. Here's serve by Dunn. Finds a hole in the Trojans' defense, and West Prairie making sort of a comeback here. They now only trail by 4. 10-14. Schisler returned that one. This is Addie Schisler. Nice little block at the net there from the Cyclones. Belle Petty and Callie Wright combining there for a nice little play at the net. 11-14. West Prairie now only trails by 3. Dunn continuing to perform well from the service line. That one from Schisler, this time Candace Schisler. Hit hard out of bounds, and the score is now 12-14. West Prairie on a heck of a comeback here, now down only 2 after being down 8+ earlier. I'd like to thank you once again for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And we'd like to remind you that we are sponsored by McDonough Telephone Co-op. This West Prairie Games stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning-fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. You can call 309-776-3211 to check your availability. 12-14, West Prairie down 2 here in the second game of the 8th grade match tonight. West Prairie took the first one, 25-19. And they're down by 2 here in the second one. Here's Dunn. Miscommunication there from the Trojans, but Flynn going to be able to save that one there. Here's Petty to Kitch. Little play at the net there as Schisler goes in the net, I believe, was the call. West Prairie now down only 1. They have a chance to take the lead for the first time in this second game. Lindsay Dunn, wild serve there, almost hit the referee up in her little tower. West Prairie now down 2 once again, and into serve for the Trojans is 20. That's Lucy Parkins. Served by Parkins, saved by Dunn. Here's Callie Wright trying to find a hole in the middle of the defense, but they recover in time. Addison Gillen there, a nice hit in between the block of West Prairie. They're not able to dig that one out there. 13-16. West Prairie now trails by 3. Short serve from Parkins. Natalie Moore, third hit over the net. Addison Gillen to Houston to Schisler. Natalie Moore diving on the ground, not able to get to that one in time. West Prairie now trails by 4 once again. Here's Parkins with the serve. Kitch to Petty, trying to catch him off guard. They're able to recover, though. Here's Gillen. Moore. Petty to Wright. She's underneath the net, though. Point going to go to the Trojans. And Drew Snyder going to call a timeout to talk to his team. Once again, I'd like to shout out one of our sponsors. This one is Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business bank, as well as home and agricultural lending and its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. West Prairie trails 13-18 here. 5-point deficit for your Lady Cyclones as Lucy Parkins continues to serve for the Trojans. Here's Petty, back to Wright. That one in the net. Not able to get that one over. Is Callie Wright. Now Cyclones trail by 6. Here's Kitch to Petty. Back to Kitch. Hard hit to the back row. Here's Houston to Gillen. Natalie Moore able to save that one. Here's Petty back to Dunn. Hard hit. And nice play there by Callie Wright at the net. Little tip there. Down right in front of the net. And here's Abby Starbuck back to serve for the Cyclones. 14-19. West Prairie trails by 5. Here's Dunn to Kitch. Saved it. Petty almost. Would have been a great save there by Petty, but she's not able to get it over the net. West Prairie trails by 6 now, 14-20. Monmouth needs 5 to win. Kitch to Petty over the net. Gillen, Houston, Dunn. Here's back to Petty, back to Moore. Trojans not able to save that one this time. 15-20. West Prairie trails by 5. Let's see if they get 10 in a row here. That would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? Kitch over the net. Here's Houston to Gillen. Back to Kitch. To Petty. Back to Kitch once again. They're going to call that a double hit, even though the Trojans coach there was looking for a block and then a hit, which is legal. Bell Petty over the net to Kitch. Here's Houston to Gillen. Nice hard hit to the back row. Callie Wright diving for that one. Not able to save it in time, though. West Prairie down 16-21 now in game 2 of the 8th grade match. Here's Schisler. Returned by Dunn to Powell. Here's Houston to Flynn. Petty not able to get that one to her teammates. West Prairie now down 16-22. Second serve here from Schisler. That one a bit too hard. Flies out of the back of the Cyclones court there. 17-22. Here's Kitch with the serve. Diving on the ground is Parkins. Here's Flynn with the third hit. Callie Wright to Belle Petty to Natalie Moore. Back to Gillen to Flynn. Diving on the floor to save that is Kitch to Petty to Dunn. Nice little rally here going to keep the Cyclones are fighting for their life here. Macy Powell not able to get that one over the net, unfortunately. Trojans now lead 23-17. They need 2 to win. And back in the game is Gracie Cargill for Parkins. Here's Gillen to Dunn. To Petty, trying to catch him off guard, but they're ready for it. Here's Schisler, back row. That one's in. Miscommunication between Wright and Kitch. And Drew Snyder going to sub out both of his back row players to talk to them about that, what just happened there. 17-24. Here's the serve by Gillen. Starbuck to Petty. Back to Dunn. Nobody's going to get it in time. That is the 25th point, and we're going to a game 3 of this 8th grade match as well. Once again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. We will be right back.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
And we're back here in Scioto for Game 3 of the 8th grade match tonight. These Trojans won the coin toss, so they're going to get a first chance at a serve here. Back to serve is 34. That's Addie Schisler. Natalie Moore able to find some free real estate in the back right corner of the Trojans defense. West Prairie takes an early lead here, 1-0. Here's Petty back over the net, and another play at the net by Natalie Moore, but she's in the net, and they call that on her. 1-1 here. After that, here's 35, Gillen. Bad serve into the net, and West Prairie's going to get another chance here. Here's Kitch. That hit too hard by Flynn. Going to land out of bounds. Kitch going to serve here once again. West Prairie lead 3-1. Here's Flynn to Houston. Back to Flynn. A nice hard hit. Finds a hole in the West Prairie defense, and Trojans are going to slide out here. Here is Flynn now serving. Or that is Houston serving, and West Prairie unable to return. Score is tied now at 3. Kitch to Moore to Petty. A nice little tip there. Here's Houston. Back to Flynn. Hard hit to the left side of the Cyclones court. Kitch was in position to dig it there, but couldn't get there in time. West Prairie now trail by 1, 3-4. Houston continuing to serve, and Moore unable to get it there. West Prairie now trail by 2. That one short this time, switching it up on the Cyclones. Lindsey Dunn unable to get that one. And we'd like to thank you here for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. That's MDH. West Prairie down 3-6 here in Game 3 of the 8th grade match. West Prairie took the first one, lost the second one, and now are trying to claw their way back into the third one here. Emmerich Houston, though, doing a good job from the service line until she just served that one out. Natalie Moore now to serve for the Cyclones. Back row to Schisler. That's Gillen to Houston. Powell, Petty, saved by the Trojans. Here's Kitch to Petty to Dunn. Dunn too hard. That one's going to be out. The Trojans now lead 7-4. Kitch diving on the floor to save that one. Here's Petty to Dunn. Schisler. My apologies there. Here's Houston. Saved by Moore. Her teammate, though, not able to get to her in time. That was Cargill, that name I was trying to say. Couldn't think of it in the moment. Sorry. And here's Flynn continuing to serve. A nice save, though, by Lindsey Dunn, and West Prairie's going to side out after that. 5-8. West Prairie now trails by 3, but they have the serve. Here's Powell, back row of the Trojans. And Houston getting it over the net. Here's Petty to Kitch. Here's Kitch to Petty to Dunn. Saved by Schisler, over by Gillen. Here's Powell to Petty. Nice hit by Wright there. Saved though. We got a great rally going here for both sides. Here's Petty. Finds Houston to Flynn. Back over the net. Saved by Dunn. Here's Petty to Wright. Not high enough on that one. Serves it, hits it right into the net. 5-9 here. West Prairie trails by 4. And into serve, once again, is Lucy Parkins for the Trojans. Short serve there, saved by Dunn. Kitch, third hit over the net, and Powell wasn't ready for it to come back. From Emmerich Houston there. Here's Parkins to Kitch, to Dunn, back to Kitch, to Flynn, to Houston, to Gillen. A nice hard hit, dig from Kitch there. Here's Dunn. That's going to be an illegal hit on the Trojans. West Prairie is going to score on that one, making your score 6-10. Dunn here, back to serve for the Cyclones. The Monmouth coach checking for a lineup check. Refs say no. Here's Schisler. Kitch to Petty to Kitch. Nice hit there by Kitch, unable to be returned by Parkins. Trying to figure out the lineup is the Trojans coach, but Lindsey Dunn is going to continue to serve here. 7-10, West Prairie trails by 3. Here's Houston finding space in the back row behind all of the Cyclones players. Barkley coming out for Powell, and Phelps coming in for Dunn. Here's Schisler. That serve going to be out. West Prairie scores once again. Here is 8-11. Abby Starbuck into serve for Callie Wright here. Starbuck, back row, nice serve. Saved by Houston to Gillen, back over the net, and they weren't ready for it. West Prairie now 9-11. They're down by 2. That one over, and this time it was West Prairie who wasn't ready for it. Macy Powell. Not able to cover an overpass. Here's Schisler. Phelps to Kitch on the baseline to Moore, trying to save that one. Unable to, and Petty doing her best. Here's Dunn back in the game for Phelps. Schisler continuing to serve for the Trojans. This is Addie Schisler. Dunn to Petty. Nice tip there. Houston to Gillen. Doing a nice job at middle. West Prairie trails 9-14, and Drew Snyder, coach of the Cyclones, going to make another substitution. Madeline Sullivan for Belle Petty. Madeline Sullivan, you might recognize her from the 7th grade game, now playing in the 8th grade game. A nice set there by her to Kitch over the net. Here's Schisler to Gillen. Dunn. Sullivan. Back to Dunn. A nice hit by Dunn, finding some open space in the Trojans' defense. It is now, I believe, 11-14. Belpetti back in the game for Sullivan to serve. Score is 10-14. My apologies. Here's Belpetti. Nice serve. Gillen. Starbuck. Petty. Oh, so close. Tries to get it back over the net, and Natalie Moore unable to recover there. Now back in the game for the Trojans is 16. That's Cargill. And serving is 35. Gillen. Here's Petty to Macy Powell. Hard hit to the back row. Stays in bounds, though. Here's Flynn. A nice save by the Cyclones. Keeping that one alive. Here's Flynn. Once again, Petty to Powell to Moore. Nice hit by Moore, as the Cyclones now have 11 points to the Trojans' 15. Kitch. Bad pass there from Flynn. Looks like it might have hit her in the face. That's got to hurt. West Prairie down 3 points now, 12-15. Here is Houston at the net to Flynn, back row to Starbuck. Petty and Kitch. That one almost over the net, but barely scrapes the top and gets blocked by the net. 12-16 here now in game 3 of the 8th grade match. This one, each team clawing for each and every point so far. Here's Starbuck over the net to Houston. Bad set by Petty. And Sullivan is coming back in for her now. West Prairie trailed by 5 in this match. Here's Starbuck to Sullivan to Moore. Nice work there. Here is the third hit by Schisler, and Starbuck not able to get there in time. So she comes out, and Callie Wright going to take her place. West Prairie trail by 6 here, 12-18. Back row. There's Wright to Kitch to Moore. Not able to get it in time. 12-19 now is the score for the Trojans. That return there from Wright is out, and Coach Snyder going to call a timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Some encouraging words from Coach Snyder there in the timeout. Hopefully will motivate the Cyclones here to turn this one around. They trail by 8 here, but Coach Snyder reminding his team that this is not over. Here's Sullivan to Powell, into the net though, 21-12. Here's Kitch to Sullivan to Powell. Tip over the net. Here's Schisler. Dunn to Sullivan. Back to Dunn. A nice hit, finding some space there in the defense of the Trojans. That same spot they've been hitting all night. Top of the key right there in the perimeter and three-point line. 13-21. West Prairie still trail by 8. Here's Moore. That serve's going to be out. West Prairie struggling here. Need to side out right now if they want to have a chance to take this one home. Going to have to play perfectly from here on out, and done. That one bounces right off her hands. West Prairie now trail by 10. 23-13. Here's Powell to Sullivan to right. Nice little tip there. Here's Schisler to Schisler. Here's Moore. Behind her back set to Sullivan. A nice hit by Macy Powell. Flynn over the net. Here's Sullivan once again to a nice little tip there by Callie Wright, and a play at the net by Dunn. A nice set there. A nice set there by the Cyclones, and West Prairie is going to win that rally. Once again, scraping and clawing and fighting for every point here in this match. Both teams very good. Here's Schisler over the net, and West Prairie wasn't ready for it. West Prairie trails by 10 now, 24-14. The Trojans only need 1 point to win. Kitch coming out for Webster. And here comes the serve by Parkins. Let's see if this one puts it away. Here's Powell to Sullivan to Webster. That one's going to land just barely in bounds, hit the line. It's going to keep West Prairie alive here to try and come back in this one. Oh, I almost just pulled the power cord right out of the camera. That would have been bad if you missed the last point. It's 15-24 here now, served by Dunn. Back row attack called against the Trojans. 16-24 here now. West Prairie trail by 8. Here's Dunn. Going to have to serve for the rest of the game if West Prairie wants this one. Schisler unable to return that. A nice little ace there from Dunn. 17-24. Here's Dunn. Trying to keep the Cyclones alive here in this match. Here's Schisler. Dunn to Sullivan to Powell. Far back right corner. Saved by Flynn. Back over by Gillen. Here's Sullivan to right. Far back corner, and she gets it. Nice placement there on that tip by Wright. 18-24. West Prairie down 6. They need to play perfectly to have a chance at coming back in this one. Here's Kitch back in for Webster. Here's Dunn. Schisler to Dunn. Back to Sullivan. Back to Wright. Far back row. Here's Houston. Hit by Gillen coming. Nice dig from Powell. Here's Wright. The initial call from the ref was that it was out of bounds, but after conferring with her partner, decided it was inbounds. Give the point to West Prairie. 19-24 here. West Prairie down by 5. Nice little comeback here from West Prairie. Here's Dunn to Sullivan to right. Far back row. Parkins able to save it though. And here's Houston. Dunn to Sullivan to Kitch. A nice little tip there. Finds some space. And West Prairie now down only 4 after being down 10 just a moment ago. The Trojans are shaking their head coming to this timeout. If they give up this one, that would be quite something. West Prairie would have to play perfectly for 10 points in a row, but as we get into the last couple of points here in this 8th grade match, we'd like to remind you and thank you for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And also presented by Tri-County Seed. Tri-County Seed, your local golden harvest seed advisor, located in Scioto, Illinois. Rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate or Todd. Here's the serve from Dunn. Another ace here for West Prairie. West Prairie now down only 3. 21-24. West Prairie said, we're not done yet. Here's Dunn. Another bad pass there and another ace for West Prairie. West Prairie now down only 2 points. 22-24. This one's coming down to the wire, folks. Here's Dunn. Not able to get over the net. West Prairie down 23-24 now. They only need 1 to secure their life. Here's Dunn. Sullivan, back row. Here's Houston, hit by Gillen. Back row, Natalie Moore. West Prairie trying to save it. Here's Callie Wright finding space in the middle of the Trojans' floor. Score is now tied at 24. West Prairie, 10 perfect points in a row. Not a single mistake from 14 all the way back to 24. Here's Dunn with the 10th serve in a row. Let's see if West Prairie can do it here. They take the lead. Bad pass by Emmerich Houston. West Prairie now ahead 25-24. They need just 1 to win. An outstanding job here by the Cyclones. If they've played the last 11 points in a row perfectly. Drew Snyder fired up on his sideline, as any coach would be after such an amazing comeback like the Cyclones have put together here tonight in this 3rd match of the 8th grade game, hanging on to dear life with each point. 25-24. Here's Dunn. That one going to be out of bounds, and West Prairie takes it here in Scioto in 3 games. Wow, what an amazing comeback. West Prairie has scored the last 12 points in a row after being down 14-24. Could not give up a single point, and they didn't here to the Trojans of Monmouth ICS. Once again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I've been Ethan Hunt, and we'll catch you in the next game.